talking with a wonderful working woman, Mrs. Ashley Carter. This is her 6th year teaching in a 2nd grade classroom. Throughout those 6 years, her life has changed in many different ways. She's become a wife to her husband Troy, a mother to her son Landon, and a supportive daughter to her mother as she has been diagnosed and treated for cancer. These life-changing events that have happened in Ashley's life have changed her ideas and her perspectives as a classroom teacher. Today, we're going to talk about how Ashley's ideas and perspectives have formed over the years. Hi, Ashley. Thank you for being with us today and sharing a little bit of your busy life with us.
Thank you for having me.
Good, thank you. Before you had a classroom, what were your expectations of a classroom before you were actually there while you were in college?
Well, I think basically my expectations were more academically based, not so much all of the other things that have come into play now, as far as being not only a teacher but a mom to some of the kids, to also being their friend at times and somebody that they can confide in. I don't think that I was really prepared for the type of change that this would bring into my life, the perspective that I would have on basically just children in general, and how many things they really do need. And it's not just about teaching anymore, but it's about being all of those things in one, and yet also providing them a good education.
You've become a mother since you've started teaching.
Yeah.
Your son Landon will be 3 years old in January. I can't believe he's going to be 3.
I know, time flies.
Since becoming a mother, has that changed your views as a teacher?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think in the beginning I maybe wasn't as in touch with some of their feelings as I am now that I'm a mom, and seeing that the nurturing side of me, I think, has definitely come into play more now than I ever thought that it would. When you have a child of your own, you become much more sensitive to their feelings, to their issues, and that it's not just about teaching. And they come to school every day and there are issues at hand, and maybe something as little as mom and dad got into an argument the night before and they heard that and it affected how they felt that day, or even something as little as they didn't get to eat breakfast because they were rushing in the morning. And things change, and now that I'm a mom, I understand that every little thing that's changed and everything that changes in their daily life affects them on a personal level, but also affects their grades, their schoolwork, all of those things. And I know that for me, a routine with Landon is extremely important. And I realize now, after being in the classroom for a while and seeing what it's like, that a lot of children don't have that routine. And so for them, school is a safe place for them. And so I just try to make sure every day that I provide them with somewhere they know they can come and feel safe.
That's good. That kind of leads into my next question. You were a teacher first and a mother second. You became a teacher first and then a mother. Do you think that has benefited you in parenting?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think they actually go hand in hand. And being in the classroom first, I think, really helped me understand that the things that I wanted for Landon or for any other children that we have is I wanted them to be socially mature, able to go in and socialize with other people, not only children but adults also, and know how to act and know what was expected of them, but also to be able to problem solve. And I noticed that that's one of my biggest, I would say, challenges right now in the classroom are students who come into the classroom and really have no idea how to fix a problem, from something as simple as my pencil broke and what do I do now?
Okay.
And as complicated as I have this homework assignment to do, and I know my mom and dad are really busy and they don't have a lot of time to help me, and I'm struggling, but I'm not sure how to ask for that. So I think all of those things have really helped me to parent in a better way.
Last year, your mom suffered through some very life-changing things for you, and it affected you a lot. And she was diagnosed and then treated and successfully has recovered from cancer. And your mother is such a strong, vibrant woman, and I know is a big part of your life. How do you think that's made you stronger as a mother and as a teacher?
Well, I think, first of all, when I found out that she was diagnosed, I remember it was the beginning of the school year, and probably cried off and on for about 4 days straight, and tried to compose myself at school, tried to think about how I was going to go on with my daily life, because at that moment my life pretty much just stood still, and I couldn't imagine a moment without her in my life. And I think through all of it and through all of her treatment and being there with her and watching how strong she was, I think it taught me a lot about life in general, that life is so short and you never know what's going to happen, and you have to expect the unexpected, and that being yourself is the most important thing you can do. The most important gift I can give Landon is to enjoy every minute with him and be the person I can be with him. And he is so extremely close to her, and I'm so grateful for that, because she just adores him and he feels exactly the same way about her. So I think as far as a teacher, it's definitely made me have a new perspective on the mothering kind of aspect of it. Mm-hmm. And that I know personally, I have a little girl in my class right now whose mom has cancer and is going through that, and I can definitely relate to her better. And she doesn't realize that that's what her mom has. She doesn't know. She just knows mommy doesn't feel good and she's sick. But I definitely can understand where she's coming from much more. And I know that sometimes the biggest thing these kids need is just to know that they're loved and to feel safe, and that my mom gave me such valuable lessons, and so much that I can take on and carry on to it, being a mom, and then later on in my life, hopefully, you know, being a grandmother and everything. That I know what she wants for me, and I know that that's the same things that I would want. And so her cancer was really a lesson for me to not. I guess it was realistic for me, or a big reality check for me, I should say, because I think I kind of lived in a sheltered kind of life, and my mom protected me from a lot of things, my brother and I, and she wanted us to just see the good in everybody and think that the world was such a wonderful place. And, you know, unfortunately, it's not really like that everywhere, and it's not always that way. And so I guess as an adult, I've learned that I have to understand those things and find a way to handle them and to deal with them in a mature way, and to know that I can't just shut down, that I have to continue going on, because I have a lot of people in my life who depend on me, and a lot of people that I depend on, and I have to be the best that I can be every day.
Well, Ashley, I've had the privilege of working with you for 6 years now, and you've been there for me both professionally and personally, as a friend and as a colleague, and you've supported me in everything that I've done, and I've always been able to come to you for advice and for ideas, and just for you to listen to me, and I appreciate so much the time that we've had together, and the time we will continue to have together, and whether you're in the classroom next to me next year or in your home, I know that you'll still be there for me. I really appreciate the time that you've taken with us to share a little bit about your life, and thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Come on. Thank you.